Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? So Mickey Loomis took the podium, wouldn't answer anything about Derek Carr. He did provide in his opening statement, this is what he said about Derek Carr. Hit it, Muse, number one.
Yeah, look, appreciate y'all being here. I understand that you've got a lot of questions about the draft, but first I want to hopefully answer the questions about Derek Carr. He does have an issue with his shoulder. We're hoping to get some resolution and clarity on that in the near future, and when we do, I'll report back to you. Otherwise, I don't have anything more to state about Derek, but I'm open to any pre-draft questions that you might have.
Okay. There were no less than a half dozen questions about Derek Carr in various capacities, and time and again, Mickey Loomis deflected those, refusing to answer. Sounded a lot like Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. The one bit of news that Loomis was willing to share was about the fifth-year options for Chris Olave and Trevor Penning, both who are entering their fourth year in the league, meaning this is where you have to decide if you're going to exercise the fifth-year option for 2026, and Loomis shared that news.
Actually, I'll give you that. Here's the carrot. So we are going to exercise the option on Chris, and we're not going to exercise the option on Trevor, but that doesn't mean we don't love Trevor and expect him to be part of our team going forward.
How generous. Thank you for that carrot. What are you talking about? This is some great gift that you answered a question about if you're picking up your former first-round pick's fifth-year option, you jackleg. Of course you're going to answer that question. Oh, thank you, Almighty Mick, for gracing us with an answer about if you're picking up Chris Olave and Trevor Penning's fifth-year option. I'll give you the carrot. Dude, we're just so far. It's like in the relationship when you're done. Like, you're still together, but you know you're done. And like everything that person does just annoys the hell out of you. And it's only a matter of time before it's a formal separation type thing. Like, that's where I am with Mickey Loomis. I was there with Dennis Allen as well. Like, everything he said and did just annoyed me. It's where I am with Loomis. Like, Mickey Loomis could go at the podium right now and say he's giving everybody $1 million. I'd probably find fault with him. Like, that's where I am with that dude. Just, well, why not $2 million? That's probably what I'd say. Anyway. But specifically with Penning and Olave, it is noteworthy as we look forward. So if you remember, one of the benefits of taking a player in the first round under the new CBA contract structure, where you have capped rookie contracts where there's slotted value, you also get the fifth-year option. So rookies that are drafted get 4-year deals, except first-rounders. The team has an option for a fifth year. The trade-off is the fifth year is more expensive. So, for example, Chris Olave, his fifth-year option is $15.493 million. So Chris Olave is going to make $15.493 million in 2025. In 2026, and exercising that fifth-year option. Trevor Penning, who was the 19th pick of the draft, his option would have been $16.6 million. Naturally, for a guy who missed the bulk of his first season in the NFL. In his second season, they tried to make him a left tackle. That was a disaster. His third season, he became a reliable starter at right tackle, although not a great starter. You're not going to invest $16 million in that player now. But you heard Mickey Loomis say it. Doesn't mean we don't love Trevor and want to be part of the organization. So that could still happen. And there is some history there. The New Orleans Saints did not exercise a fifth-year option on Peyton Turner. They didn't exercise a fifth-year option on Mark Ingram. They didn't exercise a fifth-year option on Stephon Anthony. This is an odd one, but if you remember Eli Apple, who was drafted by the Giants but then traded to the Saints, so the Saints took on his contract and had the option to pick up a fifth year on Eli Apple, which they did not do at that time. But in any event, there is some history there. But overwhelmingly, you do pick up your first-round picks, fifth-year option, because generally those are players that are very competitive players, talented players, and guys that become starters for you. But Penning has been a bit more of a harder one to nail down. As a guy that's 6'7", 325, you look at his career so far, and it just hasn't gone the way that you typically anticipate a first-round pick going. As a rookie, he played in just 6 games, making 1 start. I remember he was having that training camp where he was getting fights every day, and I loved it, man. I loved the fact that dude came in as a rookie and was picking fights every day. Like, I wanted a guy with a mean streak. But then he got injured late in the preseason and missed the bulk of his rookie year, and then they tried to make him a left tackle. He played in 17 games. He started just 5 times. He was one of the worst in the NFL. And so last year, they drafted Taliesin Fuanga to be their left tackle. They kicked Penning over to right, and he ended up starting all 17 games in a year where your offensive line was a mash unit, where every other starter missed time. He was the only one that started all 17 games at his spot at right tackle. So the old saying, what's the best ability? Availability. Well, he was healthy, and he started every game for you at right tackle. I don't know that I ever see the day where Trevor Penning becomes an elite-level starter in the NFL, but I can also look at a guy that can be a starter in the NFL. And the best comp I can give you, if you're looking for the best-case scenario, it's John Stinchcomb. The Saints used a high second-round pick on John Stinchcomb. He was the 37th overall pick, so he was an early round 2 pick when they took him. And he only played in 6 games as a rookie, didn't start any. He played in 4 games in year 2 with no starts. And then in 2005, the Katrina year, he injured his knee and missed the whole season. So this was a guy that you drafted very highly, thinking he's going to be a starter. And through 3 seasons, he played in a total of 10 games with no starts through 3 years. And then in his 4th season, it clicked. And he never missed another start. Stinchcomb started every game from 2006 to 2010 when he retired. For 5 years he started. He had a Pro Bowl season mixed in there in 2009 when the Saints won the Super Bowl. Like, it can happen. The light maybe just comes on later for some guys. And the hope is, that's a high ceiling, but that's the hope for Trevor Penning. And I'm not telling you Penning's ever going to go to a Pro Bowl, but can he do what John Stinchcomb did and become a starter for a half decade, a very quality starting player in the NFL? Well, he's got the physicality and the ability to do it. It's why the Saints drafted him. If not, you could always kick him inside and play him at guard. That's a possibility as well. So Penning, they declined the 5th-year option, and that's the right decision. You're not going to pay him $16 million when he's a marginal starter in the NFL. So he'll go into free agency after this year, and hopefully you extend him and bring him back on a more manageable deal, or maybe it's something like what happens with Peyton Turner, where you realize it's a bust, and he goes and signs a deal somewhere else. Olave was a tough decision for a completely different reason. Chris Olave has been a very productive receiver when he's been available, but you have the concussion issue now that is a concern, not just about his availability for 17 games, but like his longevity as a player. Olave, as a rookie in 2022, played in 15 games, started 9 times, and had 1,000 yards. I mean, understand what I just said. He had a 1,000-yard season as a rookie with only 9 starts. He played in 15 games. He didn't play a full season, had 1,000 yards. Comes back in year 2 and goes over 1,100 yards, starting 11 times in the 16 games he played. So you're talking about a guy that when he's been available has been very productive. The problem has been the availability. It's the opposite of what we talked about with Penning this past year. I could be very high on Chris Olave's ability, and I am. I certainly think the Saints need a big-bodied receiver, which is something we've talked about, and they got to go get one in this draft class as a change of pace, but that doesn't mean you don't like Olave. He's undersized, but at 6 foot 187, he's sure-handed, catches the ball, and his first 2 seasons in the NFL was a 1,000-yard receiver. Now, he had 400 yards on the number in 2024, but he only played in 8 games. He missed 9 games this season because of the concussion issue. So he missed more than half the season. Can he stay healthy? What about the longevity when you're dealing with concussion issues? That's something that's certainly going to affect Olave potentially in his second contract. But picking up the fifth-year option for a guy that's a 1,000-yard receiver when he's on the field is the right decision to make. And you can't predict if he's going to be on the field. You get the best information you have about his concussion situation, hope that he stays healthy, and is a real asset for whoever is the starting quarterback for the Saints in 2025.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.